In the eerie corners of urban legends, a chilling game took birth in South Korea, known as the elevator game. Delving into its origins, this seemingly innocuous game traces back to the deep, dark underbelly of South Korean folklore. Its roots steeped in mystery, the game began circulating in online communities around the early 2000s. As the world became more interconnected, so did our shared tales of the strange and unknown. From the bustling streets of Seoul to the quiet corners of the internet, the elevator game soon found its way into the global consciousness. The game, at its core, is a ritual, a specific sequence of elevator floor selections that, if followed correctly, is said to transport the player to another dimension. Yet this is no ordinary alternate reality. This other dimension is described as eerily similar to our own, yet hauntingly different. Some speak of a world engulfed in darkness, others tell of a solitary red cross visible in the distance. But all accounts agree on one thing: an overwhelming sense of dread and unease that permeates this other realm. As the game spread, so did the stories. Tales of paranormal experiences began to emerge from those brave, or perhaps foolhardy, enough to play. Reports of strange occurrences, inexplicable feelings of being watched, and even encounters with otherworldly entities have all been associated with the elevator game. The chilling experiences shared by players have only served to fuel the intrigue and fascination surrounding this urban legend. Yet, it's important to remember that this is more than just a game. It's a journey into the unknown, a dance with the supernatural. Many who have dared to play have been left profoundly affected, their experiences a stark reminder of the game's potential danger. Despite its seemingly simple rules, the elevator game is shrouded in mystery. Its origins, its purpose, and the truth behind the tales remain largely unknown. But one thing is clear: this game is not for the faint of heart. The game, as simple as it sounds, carries with it a heavy dose of mystery and potential danger. The elevator game, though seemingly harmless, has specific rules that one needs to follow meticulously. It's not just a simple game, it's a series of carefully orchestrated steps, a dance with the unknown, if you will. To start the game, you need to find a building with at least 10 floors and, of course, an elevator. It is crucial to play this game alone. If there are others in the elevator, or if someone gets in while you are playing, you must start over. Solitude is your dance partner in this game, and interruption is the unwanted party crasher. Now comes the tricky part: the sequence of floor selections. This is where the magic happens, or so they say. You must adhere to the sequence strictly, like a conductor following a musical score. First, you press the button for the 4th floor. Once you arrive, don't step out. Stay in the elevator and press the button for the 2nd floor. When you get there again, don't exit. From the 2nd floor, you ascend to the 6th floor, then back down to the 2nd floor. From there, you ascend all the way to the 10th floor. But once again, you don't step out of the elevator. Then, you descend back to the 5th floor. Now, this is where things may get a bit eerie. Legend has it that a woman might enter the elevator when you reach the 5th floor. She may appear normal, but she is anything but. You must not look at her. You must not speak to her. She is not what she seems. Ignore her and press the button for the 1st floor. If the elevator ascends to the 10th floor instead of descending to the 1st, then you have successfully carried out the ritual. If it descends to the 1st floor, exit immediately and do not look back. Assuming you've made it to the 10th floor, you can choose to step out of the elevator. But remember, you are now in a different dimension. The woman, if she entered on the 5th floor, may try to draw you back in. She might ask you where you're going or plead for you to stay with her. No matter what she says or does, do not respond. To return, you need to get back to the elevator and repeat the floor sequence. This time, when you press the button for the 1st floor, the elevator should ascend to the 10th. Press any other floor's button to cancel the ascension. If you pass out during the process, you might wake up in your own home, but make sure it really is your home. Remember, breaking the rules or deviating from the sequence could lead to unpredictable consequences. This is a game of precision and discipline. It's not for the faint of heart, but for those who dare to dance with the unknown. Play wisely, play carefully, and most importantly, play at your own risk. Those who dared to play the game have reported a wide range of experiences, each more chilling than the last. Among the most intriguing tales is that of the spectral woman who is said to board the elevator on the 5th floor. Players who've encountered her describe her as eerily silent, with an unsettling air of melancholy that seems to permeate the confined space. Some have even reported her attempting to draw them into conversation, a trap that, according to the rules of the game, one must avoid at all costs to return safely to their own world. Equally chilling are the accounts of those who claim to have successfully reached the other dimension. They describe it as a mirror image of our own, yet chillingly devoid of life. The lights are reported as a surreal, monochrome hue, casting long, foreboding shadows that hint at the unnatural nature of this place. The silence is said to be almost deafening, a stark contrast to the bustling world we're accustomed to. One player recounted stepping into a world where the sky was an ominous shade of red, and all buildings stood desolate and abandoned. The unnerving quiet was punctuated only by the distant, indiscernible sounds that seemed to echo from nowhere and everywhere at once. The player admitted to a feeling of being watched, a paranoia that gnawed at him until he was able to return to the elevator and complete the sequence to bring him back to his own dimension. There are countless stories, each unique, yet all tinged with the same unnerving elements of dread and isolation. They paint a picture of a game that, whether real or simply the product of overactive imaginations, has the power to grip its players in an inescapable sense of fear and intrigue. These experiences, whether real or imagined, have contributed to the growing legend of the elevator game. With such eerie experiences and reports, the question that lingers is the elevator game fact or fiction? As with many things unexplained, there's a fair share of skepticism surrounding the elevator game. The game's supernatural claims, though intriguing, invite a healthy dose of scrutiny. Are we dealing with a genuine paranormal phenomenon, or is it all just a trick of the mind? Some believers stand firmly by the game's reality, citing their own experiences or those of others as undeniable evidence. They argue that the game's specific sequence of elevator rides serves as a ritual, a set of instructions to pierce the veil between our world and the next. To them, the game is a gateway, a portal to another dimension that exists right under our noses. On the other side of the debate, skeptics offer a more grounded perspective. They suggest that the game's effects might be psychological rather than supernatural. The eerie atmosphere, the anticipation, the isolation in the elevator, all of these factors could create a heightened state of suggestibility. In this state, our brains may interpret ordinary occurrences as something far more sinister. Some psychologists propose that the game's strange experiences could be attributed to a phenomenon known as dissociation. This is a mental process where, in response to stress or trauma, a person's consciousness detaches from reality. Dissociation can lead to alterations in perception, such as feeling detached from one's body or surroundings, experiences eerily similar to those reported by players of the elevator game. Others point to the power of suggestion. When we expect to see something, our brain has a knack for making it appear. Could the reports of paranormal encounters be the result of players' expectations, their minds bending reality to match the game's eerie narrative? In the end, the truth about the elevator game remains as elusive as the other dimension it supposedly reveals. It drifts in the liminal space between fact and fiction, its reality as layered and complex as the multiverse it proposes. Whether you choose to believe in the elevator game or not, the chilling allure of this urban legend is undeniable. As we delve deeper into the world of urban legends, the elevator game stands as a chilling testament of our fascination with the unknown. A journey that began in the heartland of Korea, this peculiar game has intrigued and terrified in equal measure, with its intricate rules serving as a mystical gateway to an alternate dimension. This game, marked by a specific sequence of floor selections in an elevator, has been the centerpiece of many a whispered tale. The reported experiences are as varied as they're chilling, with accounts of paranormal activities that would make even the bravest among us shudder. Yet the reality of the elevator game remains shrouded in mystery, a tantalizing mix of fact and fiction. As we've seen, the debate about its authenticity rages on, with believers and skeptics locked in a perennial tug-of-war. Whether you decide to step into that elevator or not, remember, every choice carries its own set of consequences. Stay curious and stay safe.